When I asked about my son's wedding date, my daughter-in-law smiled and said, "Oh, we got married last night with only special guests." 3 days later, she called. "We are ready to move in. Did you send the keys to our $5 million villa?" I replied calmly, "Oh, didn't you know that?" Hello everyone. My name is Eliza, and I'm going to share a story with you today about a family drama that unfolded right here in the heart of Texas. It's a tale about ambition, betrayal, and the quiet, crushing power of a father's foresight. The quiet following her statement was more profound than any loud confrontation could have been. "Oh, we exchanged vows last night, my brother's new wife," Amara announced with a sly smirk. "It was just for the VIPs, only the VIPs. The person who supported my brother, who helped construct everything he relies upon, was considered unworthy." I felt an intense ache, but I did not outwardly react. I offered a slight smile, because I was already aware of the inevitable conclusion of this entire scheme. When she initially entered my brother Benson's existence, I genuinely wanted to believe she was sincere. She was appealing, focused, and constantly acted the part of the devoted sister-in-law when she was around me. But her gaze calculated every detail of the surroundings. I noticed the shift right away. The way she gently persuaded him to keep his distance. The way she spoke about wealth as if it were vital. The way her face only brightened when the discussion shifted to property inheritances, magnificent mansions. My brother, blinded by affection, perceived a partner. I perceived a hunter. And hunters only pause when they encounter something more formidable. The truth started to surface little by little. I once overheard her on a phone call whispering to a friend, "As soon as we're wed, the mansion will be mine. He's far too weak-willed to object to his father." That was the instant I ceased being a sister in this narrative. I became the architect of her downfall. I did not challenge her. Confrontation is unproductive. I remained still, observant. I allowed her to assume I was oblivious. In the meantime, I rearranged the playing field. The waterfront property she coveted, the $6 million masterpiece she envisioned as her ultimate prize, was never in my brother's name. The trust documentation had been signed years prior, placing all real estate under my control. And not only that, there were concealed stipulations she would never foresee. Clauses crafted specifically for opportunistic people like her. One requirement, clear and absolute. Any heir who marries without the family present loses all property claims until I review the situation. My attorneys called it excessive caution. I called it prescience. So when she smirked about their clandestine ceremony, I just nodded like an idiot. Let her think she had triumphed. Let her think she was now untouchable. 4 days later, the call arrived. Her voice was sugary, drenched in victory. "We're prepared to move in. Did you forward the keys to our mansion?" I let the quiet linger. Then with complete composure I inquired, "Oh, did I fail to mention the condition?" The atmosphere became tense. "What requirement?" she snapped. I could hear my brother in the background, nervous whispering. He was also unaware. Naturally not. Children are meant to be shielded. She, on the other hand, was meant to be exposed. I explained it slowly, deliberately, as if to a young child. "The mansion is not yours. It never has been. The trust prevents any transfer when a marriage deliberately leaves out the family. You opted for secrecy. You opted for exclusion. That was your choice. And with that choice you elected to forfeit." She attempted a laugh, but it caught in her throat. "You cannot do this. I almost took pleasure in it." "Almost. I already have," I replied and disconnected the phone. However, retribution is not a single action. It is an extensive plan. 2 days later she appeared at the gates of the property with multiple suitcases, dragging my brother by the arm. Her expensive eyewear could not conceal the fear in her eyes when the security team denied her entry. She yelled, threatened legal action, used my brother's name as a weapon. But the guards had been instructed, and the documents were flawless. Then came the final truth, the expression on my brother's face when he grasped the reality. His bride had not just married him, she had married his potential inheritance. Did not speak to her again. I did not need to. But I spoke to him calmly and firmly. I informed him, "You can establish a life with her. That is your decision. But you will establish it through your own efforts. Not based on my wealth. Not based on the organization I built." For the very first time, I observed hesitation in his gaze. Not directed at me but toward her. That was sufficient. Seeds of suspicion are more potent than any physical restraint. She is still around the edges, desperate, trying to regain what she believed she possessed. But opportunities vanish quickly in this world, and information travels faster than money. Her confidence made her careless. People recognize her true nature now. And my brother, he is discovering slowly, agonizingly. That is his personal experience. I cannot complete it for him. But for me, I feel only clarity. They believed they could remove from the most important occasion, my own brother's marriage. They believed I would tolerate the disrespect and then hand over my legacy with respect. They forgot who I am. I am not a person to be manipulated. I am not a sister to be dismissed. I am the protector of everything they desire. And my silence is never a sign of weakness. It is the sound of the trap closing. Sometimes retribution is not passionate. Sometimes it is a simple rule concealed in fine print years ago. Sometimes it is observing the predator realize the prey was never a victim at all. And sometimes it is the satisfaction of hearing the call abruptly end as they react to the condition they never thought to inquire about. Don't forget to subscribe. More Reddit stories coming your way.